Hello, this is the political Cuttlefish with loaded questions, and this episode's loaded question is, what does Indiana's new religious freedom law mean for gays in Indiana? Well, that's really complicated, and I'll explain why. Basically, to give you a briefing, if you've been following the political news at all lately, you've probably heard about this new law in Indiana, which basically says that the government can't make a business do anything that contradicts their religion. So a lot of critics have said that this would open up the door to anti-gay discrimination. But how much discrimination that could really entail depends on future court decisions, most likely. That's because the law is very short. It's about a 4-page bill, so short that I was able to read it myself, and it's very short and very vague. In fact, the law doesn't even mention homosexuality. At the very least, the law would allow a business to say not make something for a gay specific offense. So if somebody walked into a bakery and said they wanted a wedding cake for a gay wedding, they could say, business could say, no, we don't want to do that. That may not sound so bad, but the law could have much further implications. Like, the law would definitely allow a business to not make a wedding cake for a gay couple, but what about, say, a birthday cake for someone who happens to be gay? That's where the law gets ambiguous. Someone could say, I refuse to serve this person. Some people say that the law would absolutely not cover that, and that would still be discrimination under that law. But under some interpretations, that law might allow something like that. It might allow a restaurant to just refuse to serve anyone who's gay under their religious belief. Because essentially how this law is going to work is a business will decide to invoke this law to deny service to someone or for some reason, and then a court case will decide if that's a valid way to use that law. So what the courts decide will have a tremendous impact on what this law actually means for people. Well, in some of the most extreme cases, a restaurant could use this law, or a business could use this law to deny like any service to a gay person, including, say, a grocery store. So if you live in a local area with only one grocery store in your area, and that if the owner of that store happens to be homophobic, then you could be out of luck. You could like have no grocery store that'll serve you in your town. And worse than that, a doctor or an ambulance driver, depending on what the courts find, could say, no, I don't want to save the life of a gay person. So this law could cause lives. Now, granted, the courts probably will find that that is not a valid way to enact the law. The most likely, basically, a company has to make like a cake for someone who just like happens to be gay, but like wants something, but they won't need to make a cake for a gay specific event, like they won't have to make a wedding cake for two like gay people getting married. However, this law, it could still be very dangerous because we don't know how the courts will rule. And this has been Loaded Questions with the Political Cuttlefish. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel.